to the entertaining Talkin' Sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the information that came out today off the tweet from Jordan Rannon, the reporter from ESPN who covers the New York Giants, pertaining to the potential fates of Pat Shurmur and Dave Gettleman. Now, Shurmur, I think we've all accepted at this point, will probably be let go at the end of the year. And last night just further cemented that. He continues to have late game struggles, and the New York Giants just seem to be getting worse. Now, Dave Gettleman, I will say last night I think was a great night for Dave Gettleman in terms of, remaining on with this football team, because you look at the players who had great games, they were all from the 2019 draft class, along with Leonard Williams, the guy that he brought in. Now, a lot of people are still going to get on Dave for that, and they definitely have the right to, and question why he gave up a third and potentially fourth round pick if they keep Leonard Williams on the roster going forward. But Leonard Williams had a great game last night. He might have been the best player on the defense. And, DeAndre Baker was great. O'Shane Ximines was great. Julian Love was great. Darius Slayton was phenomenal. So Dave Gettleman is a good evaluator of talent. I think we've established that at this point. The guy can draft, and he can draft a lot better than Jerry Reese ever could. And I think that's why a lot of Giants fans probably want Gettleman to stay on. Now, other Giants fans don't want him to stay on because they think he's brash. They think he makes boneheaded decisions. And in my personal opinion, I think that they may think that he may be a deterrent for potential coaching hires if the Giants decide to move on from Shurmur. But before we go further into this, let's jump into the quote that came out today by Jordan Rannon, the tweet, I should say. And here it is. Pat Shurmur, and this is, of course, talking about the press conference, seemed resigned to his fate Monday for the first time. Asked if he expects to finish out the season, he replied, "Yeah, I do. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we?" Then Shurmur cracked a rare joke about being asked the tough question. Expectations around the league are that Shurmur won't survive this mess, and GM Dave Gettleman is also in trouble. So, interesting stuff. And then the first question you have to ask yourself, if the Giants decide to clean house, who will replace these players? Well, today Matt Rule came out and said that he has no intentions of leaving Baylor. He has unfinished business, as he said on ESPN, being that he just missed the playoffs with Baylor and has done a phenomenal job of turning that program around. And from what I read, might be the front runner for Coach of the Year in college football. So by all accounts, Matt Rule does not seem to be, wanting to leave that program, and I expect him probably to remain on another year, and he seems to be one of the popular choices for Giants fans. So you have to ask yourself, who are the guys that will replace these two men, and that is what we're going to have to figure out in the coming weeks if the Giants do, in fact, decide to move on. Now, I'm still probably thinking that Dave Gettleman is going to remain on. I think his draft class this year has been way too strong, in my opinion. I'd be surprised if they move on. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, if you keep Gettleman on, if you don't get a Ron Rivera, it's probably going to be hard to find a top-tier coach, much like it was the first time. Not that that was really Gettleman's fault. He was just coming into the job. But the Giants had a bad situation, forcing Eli Manning, a 36, 37-year-old quarterback, with a bad offensive line and bad defense on an incoming coach. And it would be a similar situation this go-around. You'd be forcing the coach to take on Gettleman, who has shown a history of trading away top-tier players, whether or not you agree with the moves or not. And he makes brash decisions. And the coach would not get to take on his quarterback. So I do not think the Giants will be the most popular destination for free agent coaches this year. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they go out there and get the dream coach, whether it be a Ron Rivera, whether it be whoever you guys want. But I'll definitely have some videos on a bunch of potential coaching hires. I plan on having one on McCarthy soon. I wanted to have it up today. Don't think that'll happen. So I'll probably have one up on McCarthy tomorrow. But yeah, it seems as if both these men are on the hot seat, as they should be. I think Shurmur's gone. And as I've said over the last couple of weeks, especially as you're seeing these rookies play better, I think that's more of a reason for Mara to give Gettleman another year, being as well as he drafted last year. Not to mention that Odell Beckham trade, in my opinion, is looking better. Now you have Darius Slayton, a fifth-round pick, who is giving you great production. The guy has 7 touchdowns. He's got three games this year where he has 2 touchdowns or more. Beckham has 2 touchdowns all year. So the Beckham trade is looking a lot better as well. Dexter Lawrence has played very strongly. Not to mention the $20 million extra in cap space that the Giants will have to spend. Gettleman, in fairness to him, is not in an offseason so far where he's had a lot of cap space to go out there and make moves in free agency. So I think they'll give him the freedom, but I wouldn't be shocked at all if for nothing more than to be able to attract a better coach if they do move on from Gettleman. We're going to have to wait to see how it plays out. We got 3 more games to go in this miserable season, and then I'm sure we'll all find out if Jordan Rannon knows what he's talking about. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.